What do you want, Jesse?
You got any dope?
Oh, I got some good patio-grown weed, Jesse.
I need something stronger.
Oh, fuck.
What goodies you got today, Pusher Man?
I got some heroin. I got some coke.
Nah, I don't think so. I'm gonna get really high.
What's up, Pusher Man? I just got paid and I'm ready to party.
Crack bag, yeah. You can party on some nice crack, just made it.
Don't last long enough, man.
Whew, I can't make you gentlemen happy.
Shit's gonna crack tonight. I need some party favors.
College boy, I got some ecstasy. I got some uppers, some downers. Wait,
Something stronger?
man, you guys are hard to please. Well, fortunately, I brought the real shit. How about this, huh?
Oh.
Ah, come and get it. Get out your money, fools. Yeah, now we're talking.
I've been there and I've been here.
I've been places far and near. I stared the devil in the eye. Hello, I'm Diego Fuentes, and welcome back for my fourth blog. The subject today touches on everybody's lives. Drugs. Drugs are a huge topic. They stretch encompassing everything from life-saving antibiotics and medications to, they cure the whole enchilada, from the plague to the clap. But drugs are also potentially life-destroying when chemicals and plant extracts are consumed for recreational use. That is the focus of today's talk. So drugs being our subject today, why don't we look into the definition of our Webster's New Unabridged 20-pound dictionary. Any substance used as a medicine or in preparation of medicines or chemical mixtures. Some drugs are poisonous. And a narcotic, especially one that is habit-forming. Well, that doesn't quite do it for me. The word drug has too many meanings and uses. You can use it literally, metaphorically, and including the past tense of the word drag. Damn English teachers! Our point of reference here today is we're talking about drugs as the shit that gets you high. Whatever you call dope, motherfucker, from the relatively benign to the worst shit ever invented. In the animal kingdom, animals display the need to get out of themselves by ingesting plants and fruits to get stoned. There are some very funny videos online of the Okavango Basin in Africa, where a wide variety of mammals get drunk off fermented marula fruit. Google it and see the drunken elephant stumble about. It's going to remind you of a drunken Chris Christie charging the buffet line. Homo sapiens, aka humans, are the Okavango Basin times a million. Because of our addictive nature and streaks, combined with our scientific mind, we have discovered hundreds of ways to get wasted. We've been hitting the happy juice since the caves. Humans have been fermenting alcoholic beverages from grapes, berries, honey, and rice since 10,000 BC. That's the Neolithic period. It's also called the New Stone Age, brothers and sisters. We've been getting stoned since the New Stone Age. Kind of poetic. And alcohol is not the only drug we've been using since the New Stone Age. Opium, mushrooms, and cacti were in common use back then. We began cultivating opium in the year 6000 BC. I believe in the supposition that humans have a need or drive to get high on something. Those not getting high on illegal drugs are doing it on pain or psych meds. Then there are those that get high on religion, sex, eating, stealing. There are all types of ways to do it, which is why Sex and Alcohol Anonymous treat their particular issues as a drug addiction. To explain it to you in the language of hip, brother, one way or the other, you're taking something to wig out of your skull and escape your reality. Getting high on something seems to be a human mindset. So what does the civilization decide to do about this obviously hardwired drive? They legislate in favor of certain drugs and chemicals over others. The favored ones prosper and make their owners and leaders incredibly wealthy. The not so favored ones are going underground, making their criminal operators and smugglers very rich also. In countries all around the world, users and addicts are in prison for long periods of time, and often in torturous conditions. There have been plenty of times in my life when things could have turned slightly, and I would still be in prison, either here or overseas. Check out the movie Midnight Express. That could have been your sweet Viejo Fuentes. Scary shit. Don't do the crime if you can't spend the time. Easier said than done, especially when you're young and dumb and full of cum. The truth of the matter is all drugs should be legalized around the world. That's right, all of them, straight across the board. And here's my reasoning. First of all, you get rid of corrupt enforcement and legal fiasco we have operating today. The war on drugs has not accomplished shit, except for make money for drug dealers, dirty cops, border agents, judges, politicians, you name it. It fills a for-profit prison system with people who would be better served getting therapy. Drugs are still easily available on the street. Legalization will take the money incentive out of the social and psychological issue. The fact is, no one can quit whatever they're on unless they want to quit. You allow the addict to purchase or get for free their prescription drug and be on their way. That way they don't have to kill or rob someone to buy their dope. When I was a little boy, Mrs. Webster, a very old, sweet lady across the street, was walking home with her groceries and purse, when a dope fiend who could have just taken away her purse instead clocked her. He broke her jaw, and the subsequent fall shattered her hip. A relatively healthy old woman with years still ahead of her died within months. Legalization and therapy will be millions of dollars cheaper than for-profit prisons which house victimless crime convicts for years. There is an unholy alliance between for-profit prisons and politicians who pass mandatory sentencing for victimless crimes. This must be investigated and stopped. It is bleeding dry a vital income and energy source from the middle and lower classes. It is class warfare. And don't give me that bullshit that making it legal will encourage its use. Making it mysterious and cool is the hook, but not legality. Bring the problem to the full light of day. Let the addicts register and get help. It will make the streets safer and take income away from criminal organizations and corrupt officials. Both Portugal and the Netherlands decriminalize all drugs within their borders, and results are astoundingly positive. Crime is down, violence is down, and the prisons aren't overflowing. Mexico last October decriminalized small amounts of marijuana, cocaine, heroin, and crystal meth, and addiction rates have dropped, and incarceration numbers have dropped considerably. Proper drug education is a good start in helping people make good choices, or smart choices. Don't lie to the kids telling them one puff of weed and they'll inevitably become junkies. They quickly see that's a lie and will never believe your more serious warnings about more powerful dope. In 1936, the film Reefer Madness was made as a cautionary tale about the dangers of marijuana. It is hilarious, and I first saw it in a midnight show sometime in the 60s in a theater full of people smoking the evil weed. This type of precautionary bullshit always backfires. Very few people do not like getting high occasionally or buzzed on something or other. And good for them. It's a healthier and safer lifestyle choice. But most folks, including me, enjoy that inebriated feeling and still are able to be active, responsible, and involved members of society. Not everyone who gets buzzed does bad and stupid things. So it comes down to an individual responsible control of choice of dope and quantity. Make no mistake about it, recreational drug use can and does kill. These are the 2013 federal government statistics on drug-related deaths. I would have a more up-to-date one, but my computer didn't offer it. The choices are crystal clear. Tobacco, 437,400 deaths. By far the biggest killer, and it's 100% legal, as is the second and third on this list. Alcohol, 29,001 deaths. Drunk driving accounts for about half of that number. Opioid and prescription drugs, 16,235 deaths. Pill poppers like Rush Limbaugh get it from pill-pushing doctors. Heroin, 8,257 deaths. Cocaine, 4,944 deaths. Marijuana, 0 deaths. Yet it is still classified as a Schedule I drug, which points to the stupidity and ineptness of the federal government's decisions on dealing with drugs. Here is where Viejo Fontes gets close up and personal, because he loves you. I come from the baby boomers' hippie revolution. I experimented with all kinds of drugs. I learned several hard lessons where I saw friends make mistakes, deteriorate, and die. And I don't want you to do the same thing. You are not invincible. You better respect what you are playing with. You better beware of quantity and quality, and that all drugs are not the same, or their doses, and they don't affect people all the same. I have seen people completely lose it on weed, just like a bad LSD trip. Some people are not made to handle any drug, so you have to be aware and cautious of what you take and who you share it with. Not everybody should get high or drunk. It isn't a universal. Never mix pills or opiates with alcohol. It will kill you. Maybe not the first time, but it certainly will kill you. If it needs a needle, don't shoot it. You can do enough harm ingesting, smoking, whatever it is, but needles opens a whole other set of negative consequences and potentialities and health dangers. Mind-altering chemicals like LSD, mescaline, mushroom, and ayahuasca, they have their place and are better in spiritual situations, the spiritual realm, psychic, personal growth area. What I would call hard drugs, such as opium, heroin, cocaine, meth, crack, or whatever new chemical combination they've come up with, those are a dead end. They're also extremely addicting. These are for people who equate getting high with coming as close to death as possible. The closer to dying, the better the high, and eventually many make it. The rest lose their teeth and the quality of life to the cycle of addiction. That junkie mentality of the closer to death, the better the high, is completely the opposite of what I consider to be the purpose and spirit of getting high. Getting stoned is supposed to be a celebration of life and the gifts it bestows upon us. Remember, everything has its price. Some of the costs are way too much for a healthy and happy life. To get high, you're exchanging or giving up a piece of you. It's never for free, health-wise, which is why moderation, and money-wise, and which is why moderation is the best. For example, the Viejo Fontes has a glass of wine or reposado tequila, cazadores especially, along with a doobie, and that works just fine. My philosophy is, if a little bit of booze and weed can't get me there, I don't want to go. Why push it to unconsciousness or the edge of death? You have to keep in mind that you do the dope and it doesn't do you. If you find yourself being made into a monkey, well, get help and quit. And stay quit. Don't let any drug or person, for that matter, own you. To put it in a nutshell, if you party for happiness and with moderation, you'll be able to do it a long time. If you go extreme with the hard drugs and drunk driving, well, you're driving down the wrong side of the road and heading for a catastrophic crash. So this is Viejo Fontes thanking you for visiting with me. I hope I touched on some thought-provoking points. and that you'll subscribe on YouTube. Please comment on my webpage. And yeah, if you follow poetry, Facebook is where you'll find mine. Be sure to like it and share. Viejo Fontes, zooming out.